Hello, my internet friends. My name is Katie Obi10, and welcome to my Week 5 commentary of Dance with the Stars Season 23. This week was Most Memorable Year Week, and this category can either turn me into an emotional mess or leave me not impressed. Well, let me just say that this season's stories were truly knives to the heart, and there was no elimination this week. Surprise, surprise! Now that we're halfway through the season, are we not going to do Switch Up? If so, it's interesting that we're not going to do it, like how we didn't do it in Season 20. Well, I'm not going to dwell on that. Let's recall everyone's sob stories. Why is Maureen always in the beginning hour? It's like you're trying to make us forget about her routine so we don't vote for her or something. Getting back into focus, she recalled back to 1985 to a time when she was on turmoil for disaster. It's no secret on that sort. Pretty surprised to have Peter Brady say a few words. It's pretty nice. To date, this is Maureen's best performance. She had all the right elements in place. Her shape was fantastic. I was floored with how her arm work was more at ease. I loved her dress. So simple and yet so elegant for her stature. I absolutely agree with Julianne. It was art imitating life. Maureen had more of a breakthrough, and I'm so excited to see what else we can witness from her and Artem. Calvin took us back to 2012 when he broke Jerry Rice's record. No hard feelings, I suppose. It was very special of hearing that he gave the game ball to his father. That's precious. And I fully agree with Calvin. Your family will always be your support team through the good and bad times. That one part where he lifted Lindsay, it reminded me of Alex Garlados. Perhaps she calls that move the Alec. I don't freaking know. Can we talk about how Calvin has been getting all the surprise guests? First it was Jaleel White, and now it's Jerry Rice. It's basically amusing for me. I don't mind it. I enjoyed the performance as a whole, but I just wanted more. That's all I'm going to say about it. Now, I gotta applaud Jana this week on speaking out about her abuse. That was a hard thing to watch. Violence and abuse is never okay with any gender. And to think that some cold, heartless bastard nearly took her life? No words can express of the joy that I have knowing that we have her still. I love how she wants to be the strong, positive example for her young daughter. I also had to applaud Gleb for helping Jana create something truly special. The perseverance, the dedication, the risks. I don't think I'm ever going to forget this moment. This was one of the most remarkable contemporaries I've ever watched. An uplifting story and a simply beautiful routine. First off, a big congratulations goes out to Lochte for getting engaged over the weekend. I'm very happy for him and his future wife. We recall back to 2008 when he won his first gold medal. What I appreciate about him is he does own up to his mistakes, and he never forgets about the people that stood by him in his dark moments. I loved the arrangement, but the vocalist overdid this in my opinion. Maybe it's just me, but I like simplicity with vocals. When you straight it to make it more emotional, it's either a hit or a miss. Lochte was very vulnerable in this routine. He made it his own, and while it wasn't a holy shit factor like Jana's, it was put together wonderfully. How did I know Laurie was going to pick this year? I think that was pretty much predictable. She showed us what it took to get to the Olympics and how hard she was going to fight for that. What I think she struggled with this week was not being able to show off her bubbly personality. She's used to doing that, and now she's doing a fierce routine, which is a whole new world to her. We all know that Val pushes his partners hard, but I think he tends to forget that young women like Laurie are fragile still. I mean, they all can't be stone cold like Rumor Willis was. However, props to Laurie for standing up for herself and calling out Val on that. I wish I could applaud her on her Paso Doble, but I can't. There were a couple of mistakes that just couldn't be ignored. I'm gonna be a Len Goodman. I am. I'm gonna say it. She didn't need the beginning. It just took away the essence of the Paso Doble. I will give her credit. She did better in this routine than Zendaya did. Zendaya's was kid-friendly, but Laurie's was a more mature routine, but still appropriate for someone her age. Oh my fucking god. Mary Lou Henner finally gave me what I wanted. This finally put her on the map. I was surprised with how much she executed every move tremendously. Carrie Ann put it beautifully. Mary Lou allowed herself to be great. She is showing all the naysayers how much she wants to be here at long last. This song was way beyond perfect to fit who she was and who she still is as an individual. Every turn, every step, I was floored. I want to see this side of Mary Lou more and more as we continue on. If she can do that, then she can make all the Derek fans proud of her. I give her a standing ovation for her hard work and dedication this week. Thank you, Mary Lou. Thank you. And here we have another ass-shaking performance courtesy of Amber Rose. You know, just once, I would like to see a routine from her where it's just simple. Like no gimmicks whatsoever. Even I'm sick of making the same cracks about her ass every week. Wow, that was horribly said. But y'all know what I mean. I don't know what was more unsettling for me this week. Her dance or her costume. Maybe both. By the way, thanks to the costume designers for finally covering Amber's ass. And what was up with all the tension with the Schmerkowski brothers and their celebrities this week? I just don't understand. Let's just keep this short and simple. Amber sucked. She was overscored. Let's all woman up and send this train wreck home next week. Miracles are a remarkable thing. Surviving the most insane situations that nearly cost your life? Unbelievable. James Hinchcliffe would not be blowing our minds with Sharna had he died last year. I couldn't even believe what I was seeing during the video package. It's truly mind-blowing that he's still here. And I'm so glad he's still here on this earth, because he fucking murdered that tango! That was one of my favorite performances from him, and that is his best dance on Dance with the Stars so far. Sure, he's goofy as hell, but his strength and hard work shows the audience how much he's willing to give to make him a force to be reckoned with. I love Hinch. I love watching him every week. He's killing the game, and I can't get enough of it. He's going to be in the finale. I'm calling it now. This was a hard one to watch. I love Tara to death, and hearing her story about her father's passing, I knew I was going to cry before the dance even began. I've talked about how I've lost my father in one of the most awful ways. So, the stories of celebrities that lose any sort of parent, it doesn't always have to be a father. Those are the ones that hurt my heart. And then you get into the routine, and it brings more tears to your eyes. The way that Sasha got to choreograph Tara's story was beautiful. I loved this rendition of Stand By Me. It was just perfection at its finest. With the arrangement and the routine, you felt Tara's gut-wrenching pain. She and Sasha have phenomenal chemistry. You feel at ease when you watch them perform. It's like you just can't help but root for them to go far. And I believe they proved once more of why they deserve to be in this competition. From one fatherless individual to another, thank you for sharing your heart, Tara.
It's time for another good idea, bad idea. Good idea.
Next week is Latin night.
Bad idea.
Next week's guest judge is fucking Pitbull. The last time he guest judged, it was in season 19, and it was in week 6, which apparently is what next week will be. Look, I don't mean to be disrespectful to him, but he doesn't know what he's talking about sometimes. He doesn't know ballroom the way the judges and the pros do. And why does Pitbull always refer to himself as Mr. Worldwide? I'm sure he's the only person who calls himself that. It's kind of like how Calvin is often referred to as Megatron. It's ridiculous. Just ridiculous. Alright, sound off in the comments below. What do you guys think of this week's episode? Whose story touched you? Whose dance made your night? Who should go home next week? If y'all enjoyed this week's video, give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel and you want to see more of me in the future, go ahead and hit subscribe. I'll see you guys next week. Take care, everybody.